a man whose mere name struck terror into the hearts of kings and emperors. A man whose DNA still exists in over 16 million men today. He was more than just a conqueror, he reshaped history itself. This is the story of Genghis Khan, the man who rose from nothing to build the largest land empire the world has ever seen. But his tale is not just one of war and bloodshed. It's also a story of survival, strategy, betrayal, and an unbreakable will to dominate. How did a poor outcast boy become the ruler of the Mongol Empire? What brutal tactics did he use to crush entire civilizations? And why does his legacy still influence the modern world? Stay with me as we journey through the life, conquests, and mysteries of Genghis Khan, a story so incredible it almost seems unreal. Chapter 1. Who was Genghis Khan? Genghis Khan, originally named Temujin, was born in 1162 on the harsh Mongolian steppes. At the time, Mongolia was a land of warring tribes where only the strong survived. But Temujin was not born into privilege. His early life was filled with hardship, betrayal, and loss. Despite this, he would rise to become one of the most feared and respected leaders in history. His empire spanned from China to Europe, and his military tactics were so advanced that they are still studied by modern generals today. But before he became a legend, he was just a boy fighting for his survival. Chapter 2. The harsh childhood of Temujin. Temujin's father, Yesugei, was a tribal chief, but when Temujin was just 9 years old, his father was poisoned by enemies. Without a leader, his family was abandoned by their tribe, forced to live in extreme poverty. For years, Temujin and his family lived as outcasts, surviving by hunting and scavenging. He learned early on that power is the only law on the Mongolian steppes. At just 14, he killed his own half-brother in a struggle for control over his family. This was the beginning of his ruthless journey, a journey that would soon change the fate of the world. Chapter 3. Rise to Power. From slave to emperor. As a young man, Temujin was captured and enslaved by a rival Mongol tribe, but he refused to accept his fate. After months in captivity, he escaped and vowed to take revenge on those who had wronged him. Over the years, he gathered a loyal following by offering protection, justice, and rewards based on loyalty and merit, not birthright. This was revolutionary in a world dominated by tribal elites. By 1206, after years of battle, Temujin had defeated every rival Mongol tribe. He declared himself Genghis Khan, meaning universal ruler, and with this, the Mongol Empire was born. Chapter 4. Genghis Khan's brutal conquests. Once he had unified the Mongols, Genghis Khan turned his eyes outward. His ambition knew no limits. He wanted to rule everything. The invasion of China, 1211 to 1215. The first major test of his army came against the powerful Jin dynasty of China. Outnumbered but never outmaneuvered, the Mongols used brutal psychological warfare and siege tactics so advanced that no city was safe. By 1215, Beijing had fallen, and the Mongols ruled northern China, but Genghis Khan wasn't done yet. The destruction of the Khwarezmian Empire, 1219 to 1221. In 1218, Genghis Khan sent emissaries to the Khwarezmian Empire, modern-day Iran and Central Asia, to establish trade. But the Persian Shah insulted him by killing his messengers. This was a mistake of apocalyptic proportions. Genghis Khan responded with one of the most brutal military campaigns in history. He burned cities to the ground, slaughtered entire populations, and turned rivers red with blood. By the time he was done, millions were dead, and the empire was erased from history. The invasion of Russia-Europe, 1223 to 1227. With Persia crushed, Genghis Khan turned toward Europe. The Mongols obliterated Russian armies, leaving their bodies rotting in the snow. They then advanced into Hungary and Poland, showing the Western world a level of warfare it had never seen before. Had Genghis Khan lived longer, it is likely that all of Europe would have fallen to the Mongols. Chapter 5. Genghis Khan's death and the mystery of his burial. In 1227, at the height of his power, Genghis Khan died. Some say he fell from his horse, others claim he was injured in battle, and some even believe he was poisoned. The truth remains a mystery. But what is even more mysterious is his burial. His followers killed anyone who saw the funeral procession to keep the location a secret. It is said that his grave was hidden beneath a river, so it could never be found. To this day, no one knows where Genghis Khan is buried. After his death, the Mongol Empire was divided among his sons. Under their rule, the empire expanded even further. His grandson Kublai Khan conquered China and became emperor. The Mongols ruled Russia for over 200 years. They established the Silk Road, which connected east and west, boosting trade and culture. At its peak, the Mongol Empire was the largest land empire in history. Chapter 7. Genghis Khan's personal life, marriages, and family. Genghis Khan married his first and most trusted wife, Berta, at a young age. She was kidnapped by a rival tribe but was later rescued, strengthening their bond. He had many wives and concubines, using marriage as a political strategy to form alliances. His sons, Jochi, Chagatai, Ogadai, and Tolui, played crucial roles in the empire after his death. His vast number of descendants is so widespread that 1 in 200 men today carry his DNA. Chapter 8. The Legacy of Genghis Khan. Was Genghis Khan a genius or a monster? His legacy is complicated. The positives. He united warring tribes and brought stability. He promoted religious tolerance. He created an efficient communication system across his empire. The negatives. He was responsible for 40 million deaths. His armies wiped out entire civilizations. His empire was built on fear and brutality. Love him or hate him, one thing is certain: he changed the world forever. Final thoughts. What can we learn from Genghis Khan? Genghis Khan's story is one of ruthless ambition, brilliant strategy, and relentless power. He proved that anyone can rise to greatness, no matter where they come from. But his story is also a warning. Power, when unchecked, can lead to unimaginable destruction. So, what do you think? Was Genghis Khan a hero or a villain? If he had lived longer, would he have conquered all of Europe? What would you have done if you lived in his time? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon, because we have more incredible history stories coming soon. Stay curious, stay amazed, and I'll see you in the next video.